Annihilate the Spance. Is it worth a buy? What a name. Let's read the words of the developer. RTS base builder with constant production and minimal micromanagement. Direct fleets of autonomous ships in huge battles. Features a single-player story campaign with 3 distinct playable factions and many sub-factions, and a level editor. Test your abilities in the shifting tides of the Spance. Now guys, I'm playing the demo of this game. I don't actually have the full game, but the demo is vast. It's really big and it gives you a good idea of what the game's like. It has a full campaign and it also has skirmish maps. I've done a bit of the campaign, but I've spent most of my time on the skirmish maps, which pretty much unlocks everything for you, so you can play with the full kind of game. And what a great game this is. It's really good fun. It's a bit pricey at 25 quid, but it's currently very positive on Steam, and rightly so, it should be. Now, it's in early access, but you do get different factions to play with. I'll talk a little bit about the skirmish, really. The campaign, I haven't played enough of it, but it was fun. I did about 3 or 4 missions of the campaign, but the actual skirmish maps give you a good idea of what the game is all about. And essentially, you have a very simple space game where you have only a couple of different resources. You've got matter and energy, and then obviously you have the units, the amount of units you can have. So 3 things that you need to keep an eye on. You build small mana generators and small energy generators, and then after you've done that, you can build bigger ones that produce more matter and more energy. And you can also build things that allow you to have more units. It's that simple, really, the actual resources of this game. The units are a different story. There's a lot more to them. You have multiple different size factories that you can build, right, ranging from tiny little ships to big capital ships. Obviously, the bigger the ship, the more it costs. And each factory that you build has numerous ships that can be built in that. You just select the factory, select the ship you want, and the game will automatically keep building that ship. You put waypoints down. So, for example, you press the waypoint button, which is tab. You can't rebind the keys. You select a number of factories, and then you click on the map where you want the units that come out of that factory to go to, and you can select multiple waypoints. Very easy, very straightforward. Because it's an auto battler, there's no micromanaging. It's just a case of, I have them factories, they're going to build ships, and I want you to go over there and kick his face off. That's how it works. Each ship has a specialisation. Some are good with drones, some are good against armour, some are good against heat, some are artillery, some are point defence, all kinds of things, repair ships. So you have to make a good mix depending on what the enemy is throwing at you. This is where I found it a bit shit, the game. You can pause the game and issue orders at any time, which is great. But I found it hard to kind of work out what ships I needed against the enemy. So I just spammed a whole range of stuff and hoped for the best. And a lot of the time it paid off. Sometimes it just didn't. You need to play as the enemy faction, I think, to get to know what their units look like, so you kind of get a bit more of an advantage when you're playing, so you can immediately look at what's coming at you and think, all right, a lot of drones, I'm going to have to build anti-drone ships, a lot of armour coming, I need anti-armour ships, and stuff like that. It doesn't have multiplayer this, but it does have extensive skirmish maps, and you can have AI for co-op. You can customise it any way you want. You can set the difficulty as well. You can set the teams up, who's onto who, how many's on each team. Everything you would want really from a skirmish. And the enemy is good. The enemy are very, very good. You get a challenge. I've had my arse kicked numerous times, and when you do get a victory, it does feel good. The battles in this game are huge. My PC ran it great, even with like hundreds of ships on the screen, all kicking the shit out of each other. It's really quite a spectacle to see, and it's nice just being able to relax a bit with no micromanagement. The spacebar pause helps a lot because you can just, if you've got the energy and you've got the matter, you can just build a shit ton of stuff while the game's paused, unpause, and just watch it get built. It's really, really handy. So you're not like frantically flying around all the time. This is the demo that I'm playing. The link will be in the description. It's a great game, well worth playing, and I do look forward to playing the finished version when it finally comes out.